Okay. Good evening, everybody. On behalf of the Dolier family and the RC family, Mitch and Bambi, Jeff and Loan, who are all very sorry that they cannot be here tonight, and all asked me to express their appreciation for your attendance and how much they look forward to seeing you at the next one. But thank you all for being here. This is an opportunity to thank the incredible core members that are working today, every day, have a lot of work to do, I know, between now and Christmas break. But we really do, as a board, as a community, appreciate you being here, appreciate the enormous amount of work that you do for our schools, for our students, and thank you for everything that you do every day. Let us know how we can continue to support you. We appreciate you being here tonight. This is also a celebration of the great work that all of our core members are doing, that TFA Hawaiʻi is doing, both in bringing the extremely needed teaching resources to the state with the significant teacher shortage. I was reflecting back on my days as a teacher as I thought about speaking to you today, and I always felt that the first year of teaching was the hardest, and I really empathize with the first year core members. But in speaking to so many folks about what's happened over the last 2 years with COVID, with remote work, and now coming back into schools with students who had COVID, had experiences with remote education, that struggle continues. And so the work that you're doing is never been more important. The work that Teach for America is doing has never been more important. And we thank the core members, we thank TFA staff, we thank everyone who supports this organization. It means a lot. It means a lot to all of us, and it means a lot to the state. So thank you. I was told to keep this short and sweet, so I'm going to turn this over to our short and sweet executive director, Jill. Thank you.
Let's see. Because I'm short and sweet, let me see if I can lower this. Good evening and welcome. So with memories of Thanksgiving still fresh on my mind and still stuffed in my belly, it's with much gratitude that we turn now to the holidays and get to share with all of you, our Teach for America Hawai'i Ohana, our deepest appreciation for your partnership and support. In our audience tonight, I want to thank our board members who are wearing orchid leis. You can pepper them with questions and ask them why they support Teach for America. And I want to recognize our teachers. If you are a teacher, will you raise your hand high and proud so we can recognize you? Teachers, you have 11 days left until a much-deserved winter break. Thank you for donning your superhero cloaks every day and bringing passion, patient perseverance, and an unparalleled belief and love for our keiki here in Hawaii. In many ways, we are grateful for a return to a school year that is more normal, but we are ever more aware that what is normal is not the same. Academically, our students experienced significant learning loss during the pandemic, especially the students in our under-resourced communities. It's estimated that 1 in 360 children lost a parent or a caregiver during the pandemic. And socially, we've seen more fights, and we are all a little out of practice with some of the basics of human interaction. Our schools continue to grapple with significant teacher vacancies. Our educators and administrators are on year 4 of a marathon that has felt like a sprint. But what we have gained in the pandemic, I believe, was everything that we need to meet this moment in time. We have renewed ingenuity, increased agility, strengthened resolve that we can do hard things, and a deepened commitment to work together to care for the well-being of our kids and our community. At Teach for America, we're committed to rolling up our sleeves and being part of our community's efforts to tackle the challenges ahead. This year, we're working to flood the zone with talent, as we say at every level. We've trained over 70 new teachers this summer here in our Hawai'i public schools, and this school year, we now have over 300 educators working in our Hawai'i public schools. That includes 12 alumni administrators who are leading schools as well. New this year, we're piloting a new program to bring college students to classrooms as tutors and mentors through our Ignite Fellowship. Our students get to develop a connection and relationship with a cool college student, and they also get help with their academics, while our college students get a chance to try on being a teacher leader. So far, it's a win-win. In total, we have over 400 Teach for America alumni, many of whom are here tonight, who are continuing to contribute well beyond their initial 2 years in innovative ways to create a more equitable place for our keiki to flourish and thrive. If you haven't already stopped by our movie station here, this was put together by Wes. Where's Wes? Thank you, Wes. Wes is a Teach for America alum who created and launched the Eva Beach Drive-In Theater while also continuing to teach mathematics at Campbell High School. And for our speaker tonight, I have the honor and privilege to introduce Millie and two of her brilliant students, Riz and Telia. Millie is a 2006 Teach for America alum, a middle school STEM teacher, and a social justice warrior. Without further ado, let me bring up Millie and her students to share a few words. Thank you.
All right. Feeling ready? All right. Let's see. Can I hold it? Will I mess you up if I hold it? Okay, I'm just going to do that. Good evening, supporters, board members, staff, and alumni. I've been around the public education game for a while. I'm Sarah Milianta-Laffin, and I did the Corps in 2006 in Houston. I'm completing my 17th straight year in the classroom. Yeah. And my 6th year at Alima Intermediate School in Eva Beach. I'm a nerd for poetry, quotes, and lyrics, if you know me or follow me on social media. And my headline for this evening is as follows: tap the network and find your people. I guarantee you that your people are in this space today. And we each can play a unique role in working together to make great things happen, especially when it comes to educational equity. I say this to say this TFA network truly is everywhere. They're out there, even if you haven't met them yet. Did you notice that any of you have like a TFA spidey sense? Anybody? Do you ever get that feeling when you're meeting a teacher or another human, they just might be part of that TFA network? Anybody? Yeah? Yeah. Try it out. I was at a protest against ICE detentions in Houston during the summer of 2015, and a dude had this great sign. It said, "Dreamers are welcome, safe, and protected in my classroom." And I just got that spidey sense feeling. And sure enough, we started talking, and that teacher was Dallas TFA Corps. In February 2019, before the world shut down for COVID-19, I was lobbying at the US Capitol for better mental health care funding for our LGBTQ plus youth. I was there with an incredible organization that serves us in Eva Beach called Evolution 96706. They're an incredible nonprofit, check them out. One of the staffers who spoke with us was from Senator Schatz's office, and they seemed really familiar with education, really in the weeds, a wonky type person, and I was just curious. And that spidey sense went off again. And I was right, that staffer had done the Corps in Baldemor. TFAers truly are everywhere, and at least in my life have shown up exactly when I needed them. There's a good chance that if you know my work, I'm that weird teacher who talks a lot about periods. Since 2019, my incredible, my talented, my public school students have fought for free period products in all public schools. They advocated for these schools through the Hawaii State Legislature, through the legislative process. And here with me tonight are Telia and Riz, and I'm going to let them speak to you now.
Hello? Okay. So, to recap, our bill in 2019 died when COVID closed the legislature. And we had high hopes for our second bill in 2021. And no matter how hard we fought, we just couldn't get our bill heard in the committee. So, in Miss Millie's classroom and throughout this entire journey, I've learned that even if people say no to you, you have to keep going. Because at some point, they'll break and say, okay, fine. You know, like parents sometimes. And it's important to take mental health breaks too. I had to learn that the hard way. I'll pass it to Miss Millie now.
This is Riz. Riz is awesome. So as we shared, this bill journey was an interesting one. So our third year working on the legislative process, trying to get a bill through the legislature, we tapped the network and we found our people, and many of you are here today. I reached out to TFAers who I'd met at policy events for advice and ideas. Shout out to TFA 08 alum David Miyashiro, without whom I don't think our bill would have passed. We had to have a coalition, and as it came together, you guessed it, it was our people. And what's wild is that I didn't even always know they were there. So I took a UH social justice professional development course with Patricia Halligau, who coached me on how to approach the Board of Education for period products, having no idea she was actually a TFA alum. Through my work with the Ma'i movement, the only organization in Hawaii working explicitly on period poverty, I met Sarah Kern, a middle school teacher on Kauai. She was at one of the Ma'i movement's 6 pilot schools that gave us our local data, without which our bill wouldn't have moved forward. She testified and lobbied on our bill. She's also a great friend now, and you guessed it, she's a 2013 Hawaii Corps alum.
We really struggled with getting media coverage on our bill, and one reporter even said it was, and I quote, an icky topic. Then a wonderful teacher-driven podcast from Hawaii Island asked Millie to record an episode. What that Maestro Vibe podcast episode gave was not only a way to tell our story, but suddenly a beautiful piece of media that we could easily share with everyone, ranging from parents, supporters, legislators, and even reporters. And surprise, surprise, the maestros are all TFA alums. Shout out to Juan, Kevin, and Karina, who you heard from if you came to last year's holiday party and Spark and Inspire.
When the TFA National Office reached out wanting to do a short film on our work, I had no idea where or how to find a local filmmaker. I had seen a recent Hawaii Kids Can film, so I texted David and he made the introduction. The filmmaker met my students at the Capitol in April to film us, and she was spectacular. I didn't know until the end of the day that Leah Lucine Carey was also an alum. Most of the videos at the alumni at West Atkins movie station here were filmed and produced by her, including our period poverty video, which you can see after this if you haven't yet seen it. Here is Telia.
And finally, middle schoolers make awesome and authentic advocates, but we also need breaks. We're tired. So we looked to connect with other students who could support our work, and we found the James Campbell High School GEMS Club, which stands for Girls Empowerment Movement. Millie emailed the teacher and met with her GEMS. The JCHS GEMS helped us testify at the Capitol, where we both educated about and fought for free period products all across public Hawaii schools. And this teacher who did all of this was a second-year teacher, 2020 Corps member Hannah Singer. The power coming from each and every student advocate's voice is something I'm especially proud of. I really like to see when my peers break out of their shell and speak for things that they're truly passionate about. I'm really happy to have succeeded in this mission with my peers, and I'm grateful for all the help along the way. So mahalo for all who helped our bill cross the finish line.
I share this today to say that this journey and progress in educational equity would not be possible without the TFA network and support from so many. And we appreciate the investment and advocacy of folks like you and beyond this room to field and matriculate 17 core member cohorts in Hawaii since 2006. 17 is amazing. Yeah. Creating a robust network of more than 500 core members and alumni across the Hawaiian Islands. Each person in our network has their own unique stories of impact, and having moments like these help illuminate glimpses of what our network can truly do. Among the 70,000 TFA core and alumni throughout the United States are folks whose experience is rooted in Hawaii. Hawaii never leaves you. For example, Ryan and Sarah, who both began their commitment to educational equity through their TFA Hawaii core experience in 2008, and both serve as the executive directors of TFA's DC and Oklahoma regions, impacting thousands of students across the country. TFA Hawaii alum staff Courtney, Meg, Natasha, Regan, Aaron, also live across the continent now, and yet they are engaged in selecting core members who will serve Hawaii in the upcoming year alongside local community members, including 6 high-dose seniors. That's awesome. Anthony, Teddy, Moises, Grace, Mateo, Kavika, Gershel, Sierra, Piakea, Darren, and Keone. We will continue showing up for each other in and out of the classroom. There's no such thing as leaving education once you've been a teacher or a student, and we've all been students. Sure, you can leave the classroom, but truly it never leaves you. Tap the network, find your people, and remember, we will always be your people. Thank you for listening and allowing us to share. If you haven't yet, please, please, please watch our videos. And now, to bring our brief program to a close, we'd like to welcome TFA Hawaii's board vice chair and 1998 DC alumnus, Trever Asam. Thank you.
Aloha. Trever Asam, and I'm so proud to be part of the network that's being tapped on a regular basis. And we are not just alumni, it's also parents of core members, it's also roommates of core members, it's so many people who contribute and make sure that core members are able to do their jobs, able to impact education, including the people in this room, our supporters, whether you're financial supporters, whether you're moral supporters, all of the different ways in which the people here can be part of and are important to that network. In this time of giving, we are especially grateful for your continued generosity. There are a couple of ways that you can continue your support. First, please join us at School's Cool on April 11th. We hope that you will consider purchasing a table. It's the first time we're able to have this event since 2019, so we're all really excited to actually do it, see people in person, and I hope you'll be there. Please share about Teach for America with your networks. And in particular, please think about people who might be good core members. If you are thinking about college seniors or even college juniors that you think might be interested, start talking to them about Teach for America, refer them to our website where they can apply, at least the seniors can. And finally, please consider making a financial investment in our mission, in our work. Many of you already have, and we really appreciate that. It is so critical, and nights like tonight, when we get to see the work that gets done, it's really incredible. So the party will continue. I hope that you'll mingle, meet some new people. In particular, spend some time with our Teach for America alumni who are sprinkled about. Please raise your hand if you are a Teach for America alum. So find them. They're not hard to find. Just throw a chopstick, you'll hit one of them. If you haven't already done so, please check out the videos that Wes is sharing in the Eva Beach Drive-In on here to my left. Mahalo for joining us, and please enjoy the evening. Have a wonderful and happy holiday season.